Are you sure nature has run out of ways to surprise you? There are birds so enigmatic and elusive that seeing them in the wild is almost a mystical event, reserved for only a lucky few across the globe. Their colors defy any artist's palette, and their behaviors seem guide-driven by an otherworldly intelligence. Before we spread our wings, tell me, what corner of the planet are you tuning in from today? Anna's hummingbird, or Calypti Anna, is a living jewel that seems carved from precious crystal. Unlike other hummingbirds that migrate long distances, this tiny warrior barely 4 inches long is a permanent resident of the Pacific coast. Watching it perched, you might see a bird of modest emerald green, but a slight tilt of its head toward the light triggers a visual miracle. Its crown and throat burst into neon pink and ruby red so intense it looks like a glowing ember. This color isn't a pigment, it's pure physics nanostructures in its feathers that refract light like prisms. If this hummingbird is an aesthetic miracle, it is equally a titan of biomechanics. Anna's hummingbird can beat its wings up to 50 times per second, producing that signature hum. What truly sets it apart, however, is its heart, which beats at over 1,200 beats per minute during full activity. Hummingbirds are the only group of birds capable of flying backward and hovering in midair with pinpoint precision while extracting nectar from flowers. Its long, split tongue works like a hydraulic pump, pulling up sugar at speeds that defy slow-motion cameras. During mating season, the male performs one of the most dangerous and dramatic maneuvers in the animal kingdom. He climbs up to 100 feet into the air before plunging into a vertical dive toward the female. At the bottom of the drop, he reaches speeds that, relative to body size, surpass those of a fighter jet or a space shuttle re-entering the atmosphere. At the lowest point of the dive, the bird flares his tail feathers in a specific way, producing a sharp, squeaking sound like a whistling bullet. It's not a vocal call, it's mechanical music produced by air friction against his feathers. A declaration of love that borders on lethal impact. Despite its delicate appearance, Anna's hummingbird is a masterclass in adaptation. It has learned to thrive alongside humans, utilizing garden feeders to expand its territory further north than historically known. On freezing nights, it enters a state called torpor, a mini hibernation where its body temperature drops drastically and its heart rate slows to conserve energy. It is a lesson in survival packed into less than 5 grams of weight. Anna's hummingbird teaches us that true greatness doesn't need space, only enough intensity to shine brilliantly before vanishing into thin air. Some birds capture light, but the flame bowerbird, or Soriculus aureus, looks as if it were forged directly in a furnace. Inhabiting the dense mountain forests of New Guinea, the male of this species is a visual spectacle that challenges nature's color palette. Its plumage is a flawless gradient of incandescent oranges, electric yellows, and deep reds that shine with an almost metallic luster. Yet what makes it truly special isn't just its dazzling suit, it's its intellect. It belongs to the Tillenorhynchidae family, the architect birds, and its entire life is an obsession with aesthetic perfection. Unlike other birds, the flame bowerbird doesn't build a traditional nest to attract a mate. Instead, it constructs a bower, a complex structure made of fine twigs raised like 2 parallel walls, creating a sacred avenue. But it doesn't stop there. This bird is a meticulous interior decorator. It spends hours collecting items that match its own plumage, yellow berries, orange flowers, and even bits of plastic or glass if it finds them. He arranges them by color and size around his display ground, creating a private art gallery on the forest floor. If an object is shifted a single inch, the male will move it back with obsessive precision. Science has uncovered something amazing in this bird's behavior, the use of forced perspective. The bowerbird arranges its decorative objects in such a way that when the female stands inside the bower, an optical illusion is created, making the male appear larger and his colors more vibrant than they actually are. He is a stage director manipulating light and space to woo his audience. During courtship, the male performs a frantic dance, expanding and contracting his pupils while fanning his wings like shields of fire and mimicking ambient forest sounds. It's a full-fledged performance where intelligence dictates who leaves behind offspring. In local New Guinean tribal cultures, the flame bowerbird is revered as a symbol of creativity and skill. Its feathers have been prized for centuries, but it's its behavior that most dazzles naturalists. The ability to appreciate color and form beyond basic biological function. Yet its world is fragile. It relies on stable forest floors and an abundance of specific artistic materials. The bowerbird is proof that in the animal kingdom, aesthetics can be a force just as powerful as hunger or fear. It is a burst of light amid the forest shadows. In the vast kingdom of birds, there are warriors, sprinters, and navigators, but few can claim the title of engineer. The tailor bird, known scientifically as Orthotimus sartorius, is a tiny marvel inhabiting everything from humid jungles to urban gardens across Southeast Asia. Barely larger than an adult's thumb and practically weightless, this bird doesn't intimidate with its physical size. Its true greatness lies in its brain and its beak, a precision tool used to pull off one of the most incredible architectural feats in the natural world, sewing its own nest. What you're about to see seems to defy the laws of animal instinct. When nesting season arrives, the tailor bird doesn't just stack twigs. It searches for one or two large, flexible leaves, usually mango or banana, and gets to work. Using its beak like a steel needle, it pierces a series of tiny holes along the edges of the leaf. Then, using plant fibers, spider silk, or even threads harvested from insect cocoons, it begins to sew. It stitches the fiber through the holes and ties complex knots to join the edges, creating a snug, airtight, cone-shaped pouch. It's a tailoring technique that, until recently, we believed belonged exclusively to human intelligence. Inside this green leaf pouch, the bird builds a cozy cradle of down and fine grass. The result is a nest that isn't just wind and rain resistant, but virtually invisible to predators. Because it uses live leaves still attached to the plant, the nest stays green and blends seamlessly into the surrounding foliage. Scientists have noted that these little tailors are incredibly picky. If the leaf is too stiff, it will snap. If it's too soft, it won't hold the weight of the chicks. It's a constant material analysis that displays astonishing problem-solving skills for such a tiny creature. What's most fascinating about this species is its resilience. In recent decades, the tailor bird has shown amazing adaptability in the face of human presence. In areas where natural fibers are scarce, they've been spotted using fine plastic threads, cotton strings, and discarded ropes to keep sewing their homes. In Asian folklore, this bird is a symbol of diligence and humility, a small artist working in silence, reminding us that intelligence and patience can build fortresses where others only see leaves. The tailor bird is living proof that in nature, talent knows no size. In the remote, dense swamps of East Africa, stretching from South Sudan down to Zambia, dwells a creature that seems to have escaped from a Cretaceous time capsule. The shoebill, known scientifically as Balaniceps rex, is one of the most unique and enigmatic birds on our planet. Standing up to 5 feet tall with ash blue plumage, its presence is almost statue-like. Looking at it, it's impossible not to feel you're standing in front of a very close relative of theropod dinosaurs. Its fixed, cold, yellowish gaze carries an intensity that intimidates even the most seasoned observers. Its most unsettling and fascinating feature is, of course, its bill. It is a massive, yellowish structure marked with dark splotches, measuring around 8 inches long and ending in a sharp, curved hook. Nothing quite like it exists in the modern avian world. This bill isn't just a feeding tool, it's a lethal precision trap. The shoebill is a master of patience. It can remain completely motionless for hours, like a stone statue, waiting for a lungfish, a baby crocodile, or a water snake to surface. When the moment comes, it hurls itself forward with all its body weight in a move called collapsing, crashing down on its prey with devastating force. Though a silent bird most of the time, when the shoebill decides to communicate, the sound is unforgettable. It uses its massive bill to perform a behavior known as bill clattering. The resulting noise is a rapid, metallic burst that sounds exactly like a machine gun firing or an old engine revving up. This sound echoes through the quiet swamps, marking territory or greeting its mate during nesting. It's one of the most striking auditory experiences in nature, a vocal reminder that we are looking at one of Africa's oldest and most resilient species. Despite its look of an invincible warrior, the shoebill faces a fragile reality. It's estimated that fewer than 5,000 individuals remain in the wild. As a solitary species needing vast expanses of pristine wetlands to thrive, the conversion of these swamps into farmland paired with the illegal pet trade is pushing it toward the brink. In many local cultures, it is viewed as a bad omen or a spirit of ill fortune, leading to persecution. Yet for science, the shoebill is an evolutionary treasure, a living reminder of how life can remain unchanged over millions of years if given the space it needs. If nature ever threw a high-fashion gala, the great bird of paradise would undoubtedly be the guest of honor. Its scientific name, Paradisea poda, hides a fascinating and somewhat mistaken history dating back to the 16th century. When the first specimens reached Europe via trade routes, indigenous hunters had removed their feet to preserve them better. This led naturalists of the time to believe these birds weren't tethered to the earth at all, but floated eternally in the air, feeding on celestial dew. Today we know they inhabit the jungles of New Guinea, but their appearance remains just as supernatural. The male is a chromatic explosion that words can hardly describe. His back glows with a velvety brown, his head shines in lemon yellow, and his throat is an emerald green so intense it almost seems self-lit. But the real magic trick emerges from his flanks, long, ethereal, yellow-orange plumes extending over 15 inches. These feathers aren't rigid. They are so fine and light they sway with the gentlest breeze, creating the illusion that the bird is wrapped in a cloud of fire or golden mist as it moves through the branches. This bird's life revolves around a single event, the courtship display at the lek. Males gather in groups on specific trees they've meticulously cleared of leaves so nothing blocks the view. There, they begin a frantic dance, shaking their bodies, fanning their golden plumes over their backs, and calling out loudly to attract females. It's a ruthless beauty pageant. The females, dressed in subtle brown plumage, watch from the shadows with extreme scrutiny. Only the male with the most flawless dance, cleanest feathers, and peak health will be chosen. In this corner of the jungle, aesthetics aren't a luxury, they are the only ticket to the survival of the species. For the indigenous peoples of Papua New Guinea, these birds are far more than animals. They are spiritual beings. Their feathers have been used for centuries in ceremonial headdresses and sacred rituals, symbolizing status and a direct link to the divine. However, this human connection has been a double-edged sword. The beauty of their plumage made them targets for hunters for centuries, and today, the loss of old-growth forests threatens to quiet their ballroom. The great bird of paradise reminds us that extreme beauty carries a heavy burden, living constantly in the crosshairs. Without crowns or thrones, these birds carry paradise itself on their wings. There are sounds that define an ecosystem, and the call of the limpkin, scientifically named Aramis guarana, is the very soul of the tropical wetlands spanning from Florida down to Argentina. At first glance, you might mistake it for a heron or an ibis, but the limpkin is so unique it stands as the sole living member of its own family, Aramidae. Its body is draped in deep brown plumage speckled with white flecks that look like raindrops etched into its feathers. It boasts a sleek silhouette, with a long neck and a slightly down-curved bill engineered by evolution for a very specific task. While other birds seek a varied diet, the limpkin is a fine dining specialist of the aquatic world. Its survival depends almost exclusively on a single food source, apple snails of the genus Pomatia. The design of its bill is a bioengineering masterpiece. Not only is it the exact length needed to reach the snail deep in the mud, but the tip features a subtle twist to the right. This asymmetry allows it to act as a master key or a biological can opener, slipping into the shell's spiral to sever the snail's muscle and extract it cleanly without breaking the shell. It is a true wetland surgeon. Yet what has truly made the limpkin famous isn't its diet, but its voice. Its call is a series of powerful, wailing, descending shrieks that sound like the desperate cries of a human lost in the dark. On full moon nights, the limpkin's call can carry for miles, creating an atmosphere of pure mystery. According to South American folklore, the bird is actually the spirit of a man who got lost searching for water for his dying friend, and upon failing to find it, was condemned to wander the rivers wailing his regret for eternity. Beyond the myth, the limpkin is a crucial biological indicator. Because of its total reliance on apple snails, the presence of this bird tells us the water is clean and the ecosystem is balanced. When pollution levels rise or wetlands dry up, the limpkin is the first to vanish, leaving behind a grave silence. It is a resilient yet sensitive bird, a reminder that nature uses dramatic voices to capture our attention. To hear the limpkin is to hear the wild heartbeat of the marshlands. The golden pheasant, or Chrysolophus pictus, is one of the most ornate creatures ever to walk the earth. For centuries, this bird was considered a mythical creature in Chinese culture, a symbol of good luck and a harbinger of prosperity. Looking at it, it's easy to see why. The male is an explosion of primary colors. He sports a brilliant golden yellow crest cascading over a neck draped in an orange and black cape. Of feathers he can expand at will. His body is a deep scarlet red, and his massive, mottled tail completes a silhouette that looks more like a silk painting than a living animal. The most fascinating anatomical feature is his ruff, or collar. During courtship, the male doesn't just show off his colors. He uses his plumage in an almost theatrical way. Approaching the female, he flares his neck feathers forward, covering his face like a fan or a Venetian mask. In this state, the golden pheasant transforms into a geometry of concentric black and orange rings. The precision of this display leaves only one intense yellow eye visible, locked onto his intended mate. It's a game of visual hypnosis designed to convince the female he is the most vigorous specimen on the mountain. Despite such a flashy appearance, finding a wild golden pheasant is nearly impossible. They are extremely shy birds inhabiting dense bamboo forests and dark thickets. Surprisingly, their bright colors act as effective camouflage in the dappled light and shadows of the understory. They are agile runners that prefer fleeing on foot rather than flying. Their short, rounded wings allow only for brief, explosive flights to reach low roosting branches safe from leopards and other ground predators. It's a perfect balance between being the center of attention and an invisible ghost. Though native to the mountains of China, the golden pheasant's beauty has led to its introduction in gardens and reserves worldwide, from the UK to the Americas. Yet in its native home, encroaching urbanization threatens the mountain forests it needs to thrive. To science, this pheasant is a living study in sexual selection, how female aesthetic preference can shape a species until it becomes a work of art. The golden pheasant is proof that nature doesn't just strive to survive sometimes. It actively pursues visual perfection. Some birds are born with an appearance so ethereal they seem to belong in a dream world. The kagu, or Rhinochetos jubatus, is one of them. One of a kind and unique to the planet, this creature lives exclusively in the mountain forests of New Caledonia. Looking at it for the first time, you're stopped in your tracks by a body draped in ash-gray plumage, as soft and dense as smoke from an ancient campfire. Its striking red-orange eyes glow like embers against its pale face, giving it a gaze that the local Kanak people have long revered, affectionately calling it the spirit of the forest. The most astonishing feature of its anatomy is its long crest, which remains hidden most of the time but unfurls like a glowing halo when the bird feels threatened or enters its courtship ritual. But there's a detail that defies everything we know about birds. The kagu cannot fly. Its wings, though present and stunning, exist not to lift it into the sky, but for display. When a predator or intruder approaches, the kagu suddenly fans its wings, revealing hidden black and white stripes that act like giant masks to startle the enemy. It is a warrior that relies on illusion rather than flight. To scientists, the kagu is a biological enigma. It possesses a structure unique in the avian world, special flaps or valves covering its nostrils. What are they for? The kagu is a ground hunter that uses its beak to probe deep into damp soil for snails, worms, and larvae. These valves act as a protective shield, keeping dirt, mud, and water out of its airway while it digs. It's an adaptation of surgical precision, showing how evolution designs flawless solutions for every environment. The kaga's call is another of its great treasures. It's a powerful sound, almost like the bark of a small dog blended with a melodic song, resonating so loudly that local villages historically used it as a natural alarm to mark the dawn. Today, this bird is the national symbol of its island, featured on coins and coats of arms, yet its reality is fragile. With a population barely hovering around 2,000 individuals, the kaga struggles against habitat loss and invasive species. It is a mysterious being, a living relic of the past, reminding us that the purest beauty is often the most vulnerable. There are predators that command respect, and then there is the harpy eagle. Its scientific name, Harpia harpaija, references the monstrous creatures of Greek mythology, half-woman, half-bird of prey that snatched people away in a heartbeat. Looking at it head-on, its face has an almost human symmetry that feels eerily unsettling. Standing up to 3 feet tall with a wingspan exceeding 6.5 feet, it isn't just the largest eagle in the Western Hemisphere. It is an entity that rules the forest canopy with absolute calm. Its slate-gray plumage and double crest of head feathers, which flares up when alert, give it a silhouette straight out of an ancient engraving. What truly sets the harpy apart from any other bird of prey isn't just its size, but its destructive power. Its talons can reach 5 inches in length. To put that in perspective, they are longer and thicker than the claws of a full-grown grizzly bear. The grip strength of its feet can exert over 700 pounds of pressure per square inch, allowing it to instantly crush bones and shatter skulls. Its diet doesn't consist of small rodents. The harpy hunts large prey like howling monkeys, 3-toed sloths, and even young deer, snatching them from branches with surgical precision while flying at 50 miles per hour through the dense foliage. Despite its brute strength, the harpy is a stealth hunter. Its face forms a flat, owl-like disc made of rigid feathers that act as a natural satellite dish. This structure funnels sound waves straight to its ears, which are positioned asymmetrical on its skull. This allows it to locate prey beneath the thick jungle canopy based purely on sound, long before seeing it. It isn't just an elite warrior, it's a living radar capable of detecting a sloth's subtle movement from hundreds of yards away in the dim light of the tropical forest. In Amazonian indigenous mythology, the harpy eagle isn't seen merely as an animal, but as a divine messenger, a bridge between the human realm and the spirit of the forest. It is the national symbol of Panama, emblazoned on its coat of arms as proof of sovereignty and strength. Yet its reign grows increasingly lonely. As an apex predator, it requires vast territories to survive, and forest fragmentation is stripping it of its home. The harpy eagle is the embodiment of nature's ultimate power, a creature reminding us that as long as it patrols the skies, the wild heart of the Amazon will keep beating. The king vulture, known scientifically as Sarcoramphus papa, is the sole surviving member of its genus. Unlike its gloomier relatives, this bird is a living mosaic of colors. Seeing it for the first time, it's impossible not to be hypnotized by its face. A blend of burnt oranges, deep reds, and pale lilacs converging on a featherless head whose texture brings to mind the most ancient and sophisticated tribal sculptures. With a wingspan pushing 6.5 feet and a weight reaching up to 10 pounds, the king vulture commands the sky with an imposing presence. Its wings are feats of engineering built for soaring, allowing it to float for hours above the dense Amazonian canopy with minimal energy effort. But its most distinctive feature is its razor-sharp vision. Unlike other vultures that rely heavily on scent, the king uses its keen eyes to monitor smaller vultures from high above. It doesn't search for carcasses directly, it watches the behavior of others, knowing that its arrival is the moment everyone is waiting for. In the rainforest hierarchy, its name is no exaggeration. When the king vulture descends, all other scavengers step aside out of respect and necessity. It possesses the strongest, sharpest beak of any scavenger in the region, making it the only biological tool capable of tearing open the thick hides of large mammals. Without it, many other species couldn't access food at all. It literally holds the key to the feast. Its ecological role is vital. By quickly disposing of organic remains, it prevents the spread of disease and maintains the overall health of the jungle. It is the realm's most refined and essential cleaner. Despite its power and status, this monarch faces a grim reality. Its habitat shrinks every single day due to relentless deforestation. The king vulture needs vast stretches of pristine forest to nest and hunt, and the noise of human civilization is silencing its kingdom. Currently, it is classified as a species requiring urgent conservation attention. Protecting the king vulture means protecting the integrity of the rainforest itself, because when a king falls, the balance of the entire forest crumbles. It is an ancient, dignified creature that truly deserves every word of tribute we give it. From microscopic jewels along the American coast to prehistoric giants in Africa, we've journeyed through a world of colors and forms that challenge the imagination. Nature isn't just a place we inhabit, it's a show that never stops rehearsing new wonders. If you made it all the way to the end, tell us, which of these 10 birds took your breath away? Or which one do you think was missing from the list? Let me know in the comments.